Hi, welcome to GameSpot Live. I'm Ryan Davis, Associate Managing Editor. I'm here to talk to you today about Spy Hunter for the PlayStation 2. It's a remake of the classic drive-and-shoot game for the arcade and the NES. The story revolves around this evil organization called the Nostra, who has these wicked plans to take over the Earth by draining the world of its power supplies. Now it's up to you as the Spy Hunter in your interceptor to stop them by traveling around the globe and destroying various installments and generally kicking butt. You go all over the place. There's levels in the Panama Canal, there's a level that takes place in the Channel, Germany, all over the place. The level design itself is really varied and you get a feel for each location. Now in the original Spy Hunter, pretty much all you had to do was drive and shoot. That's all there was to it. In the updated version of Spy Hunter, they've added a few more objectives to really bring it into the next generation. Each level has a primary objective which you must complete to move on to the next level. There's also a handful of secondary objectives, such as collecting SATCOM icons that are scattered throughout each level, destroying communication satellites, things of that nature. These new objectives really bring a lot of depth to the game. They're varied, and because you have to complete all of them to be able to advance on to further levels, you're going to have to run through each level several times. Now the interceptor itself has also changed since you last saw it. Originally it could transform from car to boat. Now they also have included aside from the car to boat transformation, when you take excessive amounts of damage, your car will lose a lot of its extra weight and transform down to a slimmed down motorcycle or jet ski. All the weapons that you found in the original Spy Hunter return in the new Spy Hunter, such as the front-mounted guns, the oil slick, and the smoke screen. To enhance these are a couple of new weapons, including guided missiles, EMP cannons, and a GPS tracker which you can put onto certain vehicles. Now the control in general is pretty tight. The interceptor is responsive, very arcade-like, and really likes to do power slides. The best word to describe the graphics in Spy Hunter is solid. It's not the most impressive thing you've ever seen on the PS2, but it's still a whole lot of fun to look at. Each level is just rife with detail to the point that you'll almost want to stop and take a look around. The interceptor itself is modeled beautifully. The enemy vehicles also look great. They look like the 3D versions of what you'd expect the classic Spy Hunter enemies to look like. The game also includes multiplayer modes, which aren't quite as attractive as the single-player mode. Usually they either revolve around a straight race with a component or collecting items throughout the level. It can be a good amount of fun, but it's not the central focus of the game. What, I ask you, what would Spy Hunter be without the Peter Gunn theme? It certainly wouldn't be Spy Hunter, and Midway knows this. The soundtrack is made up almost entirely of reinterpolations of the Peter Gunn theme, as well as a cover of it by the nu metal group Saliva. If there's one glaring problem with Spy Hunter, it's the length. Now you do have to run through each level multiple times, but there's only a total of 14 levels, and it probably wouldn't take more than a weekend for most gamers to tear through that. Still, there are a lot of DVD-style extras included on the disc, such as music videos, behind-the-scene making-of, and other such goodies. On a whole, Spy Hunter is a fun game. It's fast-paced, there's plenty of variety, it looks good. The only weak point in it is the length. If you can look past that or are just looking for a good weekend rental, then Spy Hunter would be a good fit for you.